You got the pay rise you wanted. 3 months later, your account looks exactly the same. Nothing dramatic happened, no crisis, no single bad decision. And that is the strangest part. Most people assume they feel broke because they do not earn enough. So they chase the next raise, the next promotion, the next job. Then the money arrives and the feeling does not leave. The problem is not how much you earn. It is how quickly your spending learns to match it. There is an old observation called Parkinson's Law. It was originally written about work, the idea that a task expands to fill the time you give it. The same thing happens with money. Your expenses expand to fill the income you give them. Here's why it happens so quietly. When your income rises, you rarely celebrate with one enormous purchase. You upgrade slightly. A slightly better apartment. A slightly newer car. A slightly nicer phone plan. Each decision feels reasonable on its own. None of them feel like a mistake. But look at what those upgrades have in common. Almost all of them repeat. A coffee is a one-time cost. Rent, a car payment, insurance, and subscriptions are commitments that return every month for years without you ever deciding again. That is the real difference between a small expense and a dangerous one. Not the price, the repetition. Let us make it simple. Imagine your take-home pay rises by $500 a month. It feels like a lot. Then you move somewhere that costs $200 more. You take on a car payment of $180. You add 2 subscriptions and a gym membership, $40 more. Your food spending drifts up by $80 because you no longer check prices as carefully. You have now spent the whole raise. You did not buy anything foolish. And your savings did not change by a single dollar. But something else did move. Your fixed monthly cost, the amount you must earn just to stand still, went up. You are earning more, and you have less room than before. That is why the raise feels invisible. It is also why losing that income would now hurt more, not less. So what do you actually do? Decide where new money goes before it arrives. The moment you know a raise is coming, split it on paper. A simple version is half into saving or investing, half into your life. Then move the saving half automatically on payday before you see it. Money you never see does not need discipline. Next, check your commitments, not your coffee. Write down every payment that repeats each month. Rent, transport, insurance, phone, subscriptions, debt. Add them up. That total is your real financial weight. If it grows every time your income grows, you will feel broke at any salary. Then ask a harder question. If your income dropped by 20% next month, which of those lines could you cancel within a week? Anything you cannot cancel quickly is not really an expense. It is a promise. And promises are what quietly decide how free you feel. Then give upgrades a waiting period. When you want to add a new monthly commitment, wait 30 days and set that money aside during the wait. If you still want it after 30 days, you are choosing it with evidence instead of excitement, and you will have proof you can cover it. Finally, notice which upgrades actually last. Psychologists have long described how people adapt to improved circumstances and drift back to their normal mood. The excitement of a nicer car fades. The payment does not. So put the largest share of your raise into things whose value does not fade quickly. Skills, health, savings you can reach in an emergency, distance from debt. None of this makes you wealthy next month, and no honest plan will. What it does is quieter than that. It keeps your income yours instead of spoken for before it lands. Because a raise is not extra money. It is a decision you have not made yet.